Hello, hello everyone. How are you all doing? We are here live. It's just me actually. And just getting ready to play a little Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's a game that is very near and dear to my heart. Probably hear it in the background. I'm just trying to set up the screen here to share. Alright. Let's see. Believe you can see it now. And if you just bear with me for just a moment, I want to make sure that I put out the call, let people know that we're here, we're live, we're just having a day. All right, so for those of you who don't know what Empyrion is a game that is very similar to Starfield in the way that um, it's a planetary space exploration, resource management, um, lots of fun stuff, to be honest. And so I figured, why not just go ahead and play this? Because honestly, as much as I do like Starfield, I don't have the fundage for playing it at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and share this game with you all, and we're gonna start brand new. Actually, we're gonna start on a scenario called Reforged Eden. And single player start game scenario. There's quite a few actually that you can download. This is a very inexpensive game. It's about 20 bucks, and all the add-ons that you see are actually free. They are player created, and in some instances, the creator of the game will actually incorporate anything that looks really good into the actual baseline game, so that it'll appear in other expansions as well. Reforged Eden is actually a very hard version of this game, and so we're going to go ahead and rename this game Mudkips, because we love them Mudkips. Alright. We're going to set the game for survival mode and our seed. We can go with random, we can set something up specifically. You know what? I've got this crazy idea. Let's take a look at something. We're just going to go ahead and put in seed number 258. For those of you who don't know, that is Mudkip's dex entry. We're going to do some custom setting. Starting equipment is medium. We're going to keep inventory on death. You know, we'll do toolbar items only. Player progression is normal, degradation speed normal, food consumption, oxygen consumption, radiation normal. Yep, that's all part of this. Auto miner depletion. And we're going to leave that to false. We're going to take off CPU, mass, and volume. And let's see. blueprint and repair speed instant. Constructor crafting speed, we'll leave that as normal. And I'll show you the reasons why for the two of these. Enemy difficulty, we'll go ahead and kick that to medium. And we're just going to go ahead and start. Now we just got to pick our starting planet. Since this is going to be a new run and I want to expose this game out to some people, I'm just going to go ahead and go with the straight up base planet that you land on. Now, the story of this game is you are a survivor who has now crash landed on a planet and need to find what happened to your people, to your crew, to your ship. And so this is where the fun starts. It's got to bear with me here. The load is slow because what's going on is this is procedurally generating an entire universe for you to explore. And when I say an entire universe, I am not joking. There are some 40 to 50,000 planetary systems being generated right now. And those planets will have resources, all different types of resources. They'll be around different types of stars, which will actually change what generates on the different planet types. You'll have enemy factions, you'll have neutral factions. Eventually you can make them your friends through doing acts that will appease them. However, by appeasing some factions, you'll actually turn around and make other factions enemies. And so it's a very nuanced game, but it is a very fun game, and I've got over 2,000 hours logged here. So, and as you can see, it's generating the planets now a little bit faster. This is a resource hog, so if you've got an older computer or not a lot of RAM, you definitely don't want to run anything while you're playing this game. But with that said, you can pretty much build whatever you want. You'll see the images here of the space station. You can build this. There are parts that will let you build every ounce of this. And a lot of these are actually built by players. And again, they get incorporated into the main game sometimes by the creator, Ilion, or Ilion Studios. Hey, Omni. My friend Omni Nogard has joined us. I am streaming Empyrion. Yep. Started a new game, called it Mudkips. Oh, hey, they're gonna drop me right in the middle of the ship of the wreckage yard. Aw, yeah. Yup. So, as I was explaining to people who don't know what this game is about, and figure, talking about the hype on Starfield, this one came out first. So we're going to proceed with this journey, and so what's that clicking? So as you can see, there's resources on the ground that you need to harvest, and as you're just kind of landing on your crashed shuttle pod here, you start getting static trying to reach out to your ship, but you have no idea what has happened. Command, anyone, respond! I'm all by myself. Right? Well, wait, doesn't it? I think we played on the servers where it does do that. No, no, I think the last time we played, the only thing I can remember was Chainsaw and Pain. No. Never. So, finding out that you've got someone signaling you, it says, "Hey, go to that broken antenna that's 290 feet away." You have limited resources, some health packs. You have a survival multi-tool. You've got this thermal regulator, which will come in handy later. Project Eden supports just some information about the game. I'll let you guys read that if you guys decide to pick up this game. Some medical supplies that will treat certain types of injuries, and it'll give you a percentage of how effective they are. Energy bars for food, bandages. These are going to be your best friend, especially if you play the way Omni and I do, where we do stupid things. There are all kinds of conditions that will affect you. Now, this is the survival tool, which gives you a defense mode for shooting down any kind of creature that might be attacking you, or if you need to hunt down for some food. Resource mode, which lets you pick up any local resources. Salvage mode, which we'll get into shortly, and a detector, which the detector will show you anything in the nearby vicinity that could be of interest. Now, red is bad. Red is usually enemy factions, specifically the Xerax. I've switched over to resource mode. As you can see, I picked up what looked like a rock, but that was actually some silicone. That's for some rock material. And a lot of this stuff is very, very useful down the road. Let's pick up some plant proteins. So, things that you can harvest are pretty much the rock. You can harvest this tree if you'd like, which you'll need to make wood. Wood will help you build certain small items, but it will also let you convert into fuel matter, which you're going to need to power your vehicles. And as you can see, I've gotten 7 silicone ore, 12 crushed rock, and 14 wooden logs. Now what we're trying to get to is a goal to reach level 2 so I can unlock this portable constructor. So here you'll see some wreckage, and sometimes you'll get lucky and find a cargo box. Alright, more medical supplies and Cannabeanie Weenie. And this game is pretty much a ginormous sandbox. And by ginormous, I mean, you see that mountain over there? You can climb it. And once you climb to that mountain, there's more stuff behind it that you can go to. See that moon up there? You can go there. See that gas giant? Yeah, you could visit. You can see the rings of this planet, and the sun will track. There is a day and night cycle to this game, as well as temperature, radiation, and all sorts of fun stuff. I think I might have tempted Chase to maybe pick up this game. He asked if it was multiplayer, and I told him yes. And he's like, "Oh." Now, I will say, if you wishlist this on Steam, wait for it, because it's normally only $20, but it will drop to 12 for sales. Oh, and we've hit level 3. Awesome. So, once you start gaining some levels, you've got your tech tree. Now, you cap out at level 25. Once you hit level 25, you stop earning any kind of skill points normally, but there are other ways of gaining skill points in Reforged Eden. That comes down the road. I'm not even going to worry about that right now. So we go to the miscellaneous, and we're going to unlock this portable constructor. And we have 24 more points. So I'm also going to go ahead and unlock this fuel cell. Because, like I said, fuel is going to be needed. And when I hit level 5, I'm going to go ahead and grab that salvage core, which will be absolutely critical. And so, since we are stuck on an alien planet, I'm going to go ahead and unlock the shotgun, because we're going to need some way to protect ourselves. And... we'll do the mechanical drill, and I'll build the ore scanner. And that's all I'm going to spend for right now. You can actually hoard your points. Nothing bad happens by hoarding your points. Now, one of the fun things about this game is you operate in all 3 dimensions. Meaning, you can dig underground, buddy, and find more lootables. Or this is how you find some other materials as well. They are buried underground. And we are still in 1.10. Reforged 2 has not come out. They are still waiting on that one. Alright, so let's see. Detector. Oh. Iron Depot. Now you have a stamina bar in the lower corner there. You've got your hit points. You've got your food. And when you have your suit, you will have oxygen. And you're going to need all sorts of stuff for this. This game is definitely very intricate when it comes to things like that. I'm going to run over to this wreckage over here. See if maybe I'll get lucky and find a motorcycle. Or, excuse me, a hover cycle. Oh, okay, so you know the hover vessels and how sometimes when you hit a rock you'll go ahead and get airborne? Same rules apply, except you can't fly over water. Pretty much, but if you've got enough air, hey, it doesn't matter. Hey, I got a can of Chef Boyardee now, too. Woohoo! Actually, I'm going to go ahead and show off the map for a second. So this is the planet. This is where I landed. This is what's been explored so far by me. Green areas are actually... Each faction has a color. Green is the Talon faction, which we haven't yet discovered. But once we do, we'll be neutral. Don't tick them off. I've made that mistake once. Because the problem is once you cheese off a faction, it takes forever for you to earn their trust again. But, so this is the planet. Not a big... That doesn't look so big, right? So here is the starting system. If it isn't a gas giant, you can... Or a star, you can land on it. You can visit it. And it will generate its own set of materials. You can see here that there's a satellite station here. There's a trade station. And moving even further out is the galaxy map. Every point of light you see is another system to explore. This is why your game is a resource hog. And it's like, you can't possibly go over there. Why, yes. Yes, I can. Notice that the names will come up as soon as I get close enough. So, yes, indeed. Yeah, I know I can't run a server, otherwise I would. New phone, hold this. Oh, hey X, how you doing? Your mic is off. Hey Rescue Squad, how you doing, buddy? Let's see here. So X meet Omni, Omni X. Omni is a longtime friend of mine. We game a lot.
I'm almost tempted to start a co-op game, just so the two of us could play together for a bit.
Sure. I mean, I'm only gonna be on for about maybe a little more than an hour.
Which is fine. Is there? Did you change any of the settings?
Yeah. So it was Reforged 110.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I left pretty much everything normal except I took off the CPU and the weight. Um, the blueprints for this for the blueprint production is instant, but the crafting is normal speed. And I keep the toolbar but lose the backpack.
Okay, let's see.
And then of course we use the Mudkip's 258 dex number for the seed generation.
Constructor speed
So
normal.
confused on what you were talking about. You were even playing. I had to come check it out.
This is Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's on Steam, and it's a fairly inexpensive game for what you get out of it, and it gets even crazier when it goes on sale for like almost half price.
It looks like a first-person shooter, primarily, kind of like a Halo COD sort of thing.
Well, it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be actually. You can pull the camera back out so that you can make it third person. It is kind of a mix between a first person shooter, resource management, and that new game that everyone's been playing lately, Starfield. Well, this game did it first, where you can do the planetary searches.
Okay, so it's kind of like an old OG Fortnite sort of vibe, sort of thing. You do the constructing and stuff too.
Yep, yep. You can build your bases, you can build your vehicles, you can build your spaceships. As a matter of fact.
See, there you go. So just more serious Fortnite. It's like grown-up Fortnite. There
Pretty
you
much.
go.
Pretty much. You can do a single player campaign, or you can go straight into a multiplayer game, form factions, and go off and gallivant, raid each other if you want to. Uh, where did that antenna go?
Talking about adult gaming, while I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a little bit and kill some of my time, I'm gonna play some Mario Kart.
Do 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 do. That's not Mario. Wait, wait, no, no, wait. That's hold on. First off, call it by its proper name, Mario Kart Call of Duty, because no one survives.
I don't know. I've actually been watching some of the Mario Kart YouTubers and getting some insight. I'm actually playing online right now. I just broke 4,200 for my rating, which I
Nice.
mean, yeah, that seems pretty decent for what I'm doing. Casual gaming.
Ah,
It's been getting me through my free time, what little there is, to just kind of like in the morning or something to slowly wake up and do some races. After October, I was just talking with Chase. We're going to be focusing November on developing some content together, and then he's going to be busy again in December because of his job.
yeah.
Means crazy people means he gets busy. But the cool thing is, me and Chase will be operating on opposite ends of the earth, so we could basically be working 24/7.
Well, that works.
Well, think about it in terms of interaction on social medias and stuff like that. Either one of us could operate the champion spirit.
Cool. Ah,
That's
spoiled
yeah.
food.
See,
Well, even spoiled food here in this game has its uses.
it heals but poisons.
No, you use it to create material for creating grow plots where you can start growing food.
Oh, compost.
Yep, pretty much.
Don't you
Yeah.
just love when you start a race and then you realize that it's the mirror version?
Don't you also love when you're about to start a co-op game and you need to turn off the easy anti-cheat first? Gotta restart the
Oh,
game.
yeah, that's the only problem. That's the other problem. Oh, the
What?
host has to turn off the easy anti-cheat.
Yep,
But
I just gotta
That
find that
rip
secret
shell.
again.
what I was actually X since you're here, like check this out. Let me see if I can get close enough to these guys. They've got dinosaurs in here that you can. Some of them are docile. Some of them will come after you actively. You can hunt them down for meat if you need to.
Wait,
Um,
wait, wait. They're not dinosaurs if they're docile. That just kind of like that's an oxymoron.
well, these guys, parasaurs.
Oh come on, where's the stupid anti-cheat?
I
Yeah.
mean, that doesn't really make the greatest sense. Dinosaurs are supposed to be ferocious.
Oh,
I
that.
mean, some of them literally.
Yeah, no. The raptors are in here. They'll come out at night. But what I was showing before is you can actually dig holes into the planet and build your base underground if you want to.
Oh, isn't that the best place to go?
Sometimes. Or some people will
I,
actually build a massive tower and then build up in the sky so that all of the bad guys have to land on the planet and try and figure out how to get up.
uh, yeah. Otherwise, I figure you go down. There's not very many entrances. You're geothermally cooled and heated. You know, nice, and you got a lot of perks to going underground.
Yeah,
Well hidden.
this game actually takes those things into account. If the surface is really hot, you could probably go down to start down into the ground to cool off a little bit. But you can also protect yourself from radiation that's sitting on the surface as well by sealing yourself underground.
Well, we got second place in our first race over here.
Hey, hey,
Yeah, that's so we're sitting at 42.92 for our rating. So we're looking pretty nice.
sweet. How's
You ever
the?
get into online Mario Kart, guys?
No.
I haven't played since the one on the Wii.
Oh, were you one of the motion control guys?
No, it's just that I haven't been able to pick up the new Mario Kart. Like money's been,
Oh,
I get to pick and choose what games I buy, and unfortunately Mario Kart doesn't make the top three when I go purchasing because like there's always something that I want to pick up first. So like in this case it was like Pokemon, then the DLC. I've owned Empyrion though for like, oof, what are 3 years
well,
now?
it's
3 or 4 years? Hmm.
this is adult life, so I mean, I've been in the same place. I actually ended up getting my Mario Kart right when I first got my system while I was waiting for Sword and Shield to drop because I refused to get Let's Go.
My wife got Let's Go as a gift. It's the only reason we even own it.
Yeah. So you got to come out west a little bit more where things are just a little bit cheaper.
Hey, we got Subarashi on the. Well, we had Subarashi on in
I didn't
chat.
see him yet.
No, in chat.
Subaru is great.
Yeah, Suba's like. That's even a sign in the chat. Hang on.
Subaru's starting to be omnipresent almost just as much as I am.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been real slacking on my Twitter stuff.
Let me try and reposition. Can I reposition this? Nope. Suba, if you want, join us on call, man. Make it a party.
The dedicated server is having a hard time starting up right now.
Then don't worry about it, man.
I had an issue with getting connected. It like refuses to work now without my Wi-Fi. Which even amazes me because when I hopped on with Dusty, I was on my data and it was working well.
Force the receiver.
I was gonna say it's too early for him.
I quite literally walked a quarter of a mile away from my objective. I kept going, ooh, shiny, ooh, shiny, ooh, shiny.
Yeah, the game will do that to you. Okay, there we go. The server now finally up and running.
Oh.
Alright, let's see if I can connect to it first.
Looks like she was going to be watching the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Ooh, nice. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what he thinks about that. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I've been working at a haunted house. In fact, I got my last show is tonight.
Oh wow, yeah, I know you. I know you've been working. That's actually part of the reason why haven't been bugging you, because I know you've been crazy busy, and it's just like, I didn't want to just bother you because man needs his rest.
Yeah, but I also told you it's not a bother. Anything within the spirit, I can address it whenever I have the time to. It's not a pressure. I don't take it like that. Any of the champions could reach out at any time. That's kind of the whole point of it.
Oh no, in my case it was just like I want to let the man sleep, sleep.
Well, then come visit me in my dreams, Draco. Pull a Freddy.
Oh god. Yeah, that's all you need. Somebody keeping you awake at night with bad jokes.
I mean, I do it to myself. One of my characters that I played yesterday was a toxic clown by the name of Mr. Ick, and it was really just okay, potty humor joke, sensory coming in. It was really just talking about he had these glowing balls that I found at a dollar store, and then he had a piped latex weapon, and it was really just writing jokes by sticking balls and shaft anywhere I could in the phrasing.
Oh god.
It got to the point where I think I've desensitized myself to like that level of potty and sexual humor.
Yeah. That's
Because yeah, I'm much more looking forward to returning as the Beetlejuice character tonight than Mr. Ick. It was just some of the other clowns last day, so they wanted to hang out with that insane character.
all right. So just to recap real quick, I have found the antenna, how to dig it out, and now I'm updating my drivers. Funny.
I was wondering what you were doing because it looked like you were just chilling.
Well, it's just basically a chill stream, but all right. What the hell is going on? An excellent question, Commander, and one I would be more than happy to supply the answer to if I knew it.
Well, I'm currently holding first place on Koopa Cape online of Mario Kart. We're doing a very mixed stream here. We got Mario Kart streaming going on. We talk about random Pokemon stuff, general life things, and he's shooting things in game.
So,
He's also crafting, so there's life skills going on here.
so I've come into communication with the AI of my suit.
Don't make me tell your wife, Draco. Those AIs can be alluring. Don't fall for it. Oh, well.
Well, let's see here. The fleet was scheduled to leave Apollon Station in orbit around Jupiter on an expeditionary journey to Proxima Centauri, utilizing a prototype warp field generator mounted on the flagship of the fleet, the Titan. The function of the warp field was to encapsulate the entire fleet in the Titan's quantum wake and move the entire fleet as a unit. Reports of weapon fire and explosions were reported from the station shortly after the fleet left, and all communication was lost 9 minutes later.
Oof. So you gotta go find him now?
Kind of. This game, I've gotten past the storyline, and this game gets a bit weird.
That makes me think of my roommate was just playing Saints Row the other day, and oh my god, it's like GTA just to the extreme.
Yeah, we actually have that game as well.
I hate the driving. I was trying to help him with one of the driving missions, and I got so frustrated I had to rage quit because there's no way. Those driving physics are so terrible, and I swear the NPCs just act like slot cars.
Okay. So I have
Woo! Another second place, guys.
nice. So I have now uh, downloaded the AI into my suit's computer, and the AI will now help me continue on with my journey. So, how's it this fine sunny day? Yeah, it's starting to set. The sun is starting to set, which means the bad things will come and try and eat me.
Oh, so things just come at you really at night.
Well, they'll
Watch
come
out
at
for the
you.
raptors.
Yeah, they'll come at you all the time. Let's see.
Okay. Thought it was like Minecraft or something where they come at night.
Let me go ahead and post this constructor.
Let's not forget the giant spiders that will show up eventually.
Yeah, if you are an arachnophobe, this game is definitely not for you. there's at least there's, oh no, there's at least 4 different types of space spiders in this place.
Space spiders.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like the size of a small car.
Well,
Whoa.
yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
they're the size of a giant, of a big old mastiff at the small side. And then don't even get me started on the scorpions.
I
Well, it's
didn't
not.
realize how early we were operating. I don't see like any of our other trader friends on right now.
Let's see.
I was gonna see who I could fish in here.
Let's also not forget the baby variants that are very tiny.
Oh god.
Those things will swarm you.
Hunter spider style.
Yeah, then there's the ones that throw acid at you.
What?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, acid is an interesting way to look at the way a spider eats in the first place. That's more how flies eat.
Yeah. But these guys will throw acid at. Some of them will throw acid at you. Some of them will throw radiation at you too. Locate the crashed ship. Here's where the fun starts.
I'm starting to think my game won't even load.
Ooh.
It's like I'm trying to join my own co-op server to see if I can get it working, and I have been loading for probably the last 5 minutes.
That's not good.
Whoa. Oh.
Now,
When you just take first and then dead stop into a fence.
Now, just so people know, they don't have to run a server. There's actually people who are running dedicated servers to this game, and some of them are locked, some of them are open. As a matter of fact, we used to play on one called Consortium Gaming, and they run a really good server, very, very player friendly, especially with resources. But when I wanted to play something to give a better feel for the actual gameplay, and so that's why I didn't jump into one of those free servers.
So is this PC exclusive?
Yeah, it's only on Steam as far as I can tell.
Well, it is run by 10 or so people right now.
Yeah, the base game.
Okay, so this is like a startup sort of situation.
It's been in development for about 6, 7 years now.
Something like that, yeah.
This is still definitely something awesome for people that are into like indie gaming and stuff. I don't actually have a PC to game on, so out of my reach.
This is by far one of the, as far as indie game goes, this is such an unappreciated game that is out there, and I'm hoping to put a little light to it because they really did a lot of good work. And don't get me wrong, this game can be glitchy like any other game, and it isn't as pretty as a lot of AAA titles, but for the number of people who have put work into this and the the level of detail that is this game, I mean, credit where it's due. These guys knocked it out.
I mean, there's a lot of times like how many instances where small, how many Edisons did we miss or Einsteins did we miss because they didn't have the funding to fulfill their projects?
Right?
I was about to say, I mean, I would have gone with Tesla myself because Mind you,
Yeah, no,
mind you.
I had the E, and then my brain jumped to Edison for some weird theft-driven reason, as opposed to coming up with Einstein right away.
Well, mind you, I live about an hour from where Edison's lab is.
Disgusting. Why isn't it burnt down yet? I thought you were doing your civil duty.
Well, it's kind of frowned upon to commit arson.
I guess. You just got to make sure you build up a good, I'm crazy scheme. And, operating these streams are a good start.
I was about to make a comment, but I'm just gonna say no comment for now.
But
This is more in referring to the arson aspect, not the crazy part. Though it could fit there too.
okay, so that's a copper survey. I am in.
So, as my Beetlejuice character, one of the lines that I came up with is the big thing about being sane or insane is that you have to be insanity.
Now, real quick, you've probably spotted the little notification that I'm entering a faction. When you are in
Okay.
faction zones in this game, you have to be careful. You need to know what faction zone you're in, and it's good to look into your faction tab because as you discover the factions, you'll find out what they're okay with and what they are not okay with. And doing stuff that they are not okay with is a quick way to earn a brand new enemy.
And there are some factions you do not want to make enemies with.
Yeah, the Talon specifically is one of them. Because they're a migratory people, and they sometimes are exploring outside of their area. And if you have pissed them off and they see your ship, they may carry nothing but crossbows and sticks, but those crossbows and sticks will mess up your spaceship real quick.
Yeah, they look low tech, but they're extremely high tech.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. And then there's the Xerax who will just out the door hate you. So,
Well, because they're also the ones that cause you to crash. Spoiler.
Spoilers.
Uh-oh.
But let's just say I'm not a huge fan of them myself.
Well, I mean,
Well,
we painted a message on the roof of one of the bases that we stole.
Hey, they shot me down first. They earned it.
Yeah, see, the two of us when we're playing on the same server gets interesting because when I'm playing by myself, it's like, all right, I gotta gather these resources, I gotta get all this food together. When it's him and I, different story. It's all right. How much ammo do we have? Not enough. That's more than enough. Let's go. and, and we will find.
don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes.
Well, no, fire until there's. Keep firing until they're stopped moving. and if you run out of bullets, keep punching until they stop moving.
Or in my case, run out of bullets, use the chainsaw.
Yep. And
Okay,
and,
well,
and we literally go in and we just take over their base, patch the holes up that we made, taking over their base.
that reminded me of playing Battlefront with a friend back in the day where we would just be droidicas and just roll up to a base back to back and just fire and rotate. and then clear the base and roll to the next one. And you can clear the bases so fast and kill so many people so quickly that you could just sweep all the bases before anything could be done about it.
So I'm actually going into my crafting
Blueprints.
blueprints. Yes, thank you. I was like the thingy with the stuff.
Recipes.
Well, in this case, it's actually a factory, and if you've got the right materials and if you've got all the correct materials, you can then have the factory craft anything you've produced, and this has a crafting setting, so that you can just go ahead and build to your heart's content. Save what you've created onto your local hard drive, and when you play your game, you can just dump all the materials in and the game will go ahead and reproduce that blueprint for you, so you don't have to try and create it from memory. Or if you build something that you kind of really like, you can save it even in the main game, and then use it for a different game.
I think I
Oh,
understand
so
if you
it's
don't have
all
my.
auto build.
Hmm. What was that, Omni?
I see that you don't have my blueprint anymore.
No, I lost them. Oh, spider's nest. So spider's nest, both good and bad. Okay, the fact that we have some friendly critters there, that's good.
Because there are a few minor containers underground where
Yep,
you can get extra resources.
yep. But plant
Plus,
fibers,
with plenty of plants on top, so you can craft a little bit of food.
coffee, corn. Uh, let's. Oh yeah. And X. I know your dietary things. They actually incorporated something like that here as well. You can produce meat, but you can produce meat by utilizing plant material. Yep, yep.
So is it actually plant based?
I mean, you can. It counts it as meat, but you can craft it from plants. So, yes,
That is pretty weird though. Like that's some weird alchemy stuff as opposed to like plant based simulants.
right. Um, but these things right here, these are xenomaterial, and they use these for the bugs. They are radioactive, as you can see as I get close. The radiation will actually start to jump up a little bit there. See? Um,
I just assume they are like kidney stones or something.
well, the thing is that with the correct tool, you can actually harvest those materials, and they're one of the strongest materials in the game, and only certain weapons will affect them more than your standard weapons. So they're really good for
Okay.
spaceship construction.
Especially the outer armor.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do have to take, and depending on your settings, you do have to take into account the weight of your ship as well.
Yep.
So I'm guessing you don't have your golden shovel or whatever you need to get those resources.
No, no. I literally started brand spanking new, so my level is low,
He's a baby.
pretty much. Where am I
Just pointing
at?
towards the nearest Xerox base.
All right, so I hit level 5. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the miscellaneous and unlock this salvage core. That is going to be a very important piece of equipment in a minute.
That's one of the best things to have early on.
Oh yeah, yeah, because you need cores to operate any of your vehicles, and the salvage core won't count as the standard core. However, a salvage core will allow you to plug into wreckage that you find and pull up pieces um, of of things whole.
Yeah, rather than you getting the parts or components of said parts.
Exactly.
Because your starting deconstructor tool is a low chance of reclaiming a block in whole. The first multi-tool gives you what, 25% chance, was it?
I think it's like even less than that. Also,
Yeah.
hey, Lady Dragon, glad to see you on the stream. Let's see here. So I have just found the wreckage of the UCH Titan. This was my ship. Pick up some food while I'm at it.
All right, well, I actually have to head out and start getting stuff ready for the show later on today. It was awesome catching a chance to hang out with you, Draco.
Yeah, man. Always. Anytime you see me streaming,
I
just
mean,
hop on in.
I think. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to jump in front. I also wanted to say, Omni, I don't think I really had a chance to hang out with you before. Nice kind of catching some time with you as well.
No problem.
All right.
I'm.
I'll see you great around later. Have a great one, podcasters.
Let's see here. And you'll notice that on the top left corner periodically you'll see plus this, plus that to these factions. Um, when you are on somebody's bad side, you can, as long as you stay out of the location, you'll eventually get to a point where they're not happy with you, but not outright angry with you. I mean, they'll still attack you on sight, but it's makes it a little easier to try and win them back over. So, as I approach this ship here, you'll see that it's a pretty sizable ship. You can make ships even bigger than this. Now, this is considered a base, so you can't fix it and then fly it off. But it has a bunch of wonderful component parts in here.
I do believe I see someone asking what this particular game is.
Ah, this one is Empyrion Galactic Survival. It's a game on Steam that you can purchase for about $20. If you catch it on sale, it's about 12.
It is a essentially indie space game that has been worked on for about 7 to 10 years now, with about initially 6 to 7 people. I think they're up to about 14 or so now.
Something like that.
I last heard.
Yep. And just so that you understand, you can see it, you can go there. You can see it, you can go there.
See all those pretty dots in the sky? You can go there.
Yep. This is basically what Starfield wanted to do. I mean, all of these are explorable. Every single one of these things. All these points of lights.
Yeah, right now this game's still in the progress of adding more story-based content, but it started off with a giant sandbox of, look at all the stuff that you can visit. Here's these territories for these people. Here's the homeworld for these races, and so forth.
I think the most fun I did was actually I managed to go to the Xerox homeworld and take out their fleet. Me and two other guys just ran in there and just went nuts.
Yeah, I did something similar at one point.
Let's see, put all my materials in the crafter.
Yeah, it would be similar to that of No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky has a similar starting origin. It's just that it had a, AAA backing company of Sony going, hey, let's promote it. And thus, No Man's Sky got a iffy launch, but it has been one of the best redeeming games as it's gotten free updates after free updates after free updates. So,
Yeah. Let's see. Where's that salvage core? Make me a salvage core. That's gonna take a minute. Cool. I'll
yeah, I
loot
think
this.
there's only been like a handful of space games I have yet to play. Because I have played most Starship games looking for the one that I enjoy the most.
Suba's like, I think we need more Blood Moon Pokemon. Yes, we do. They gave us one. They were like, oh yeah, this is. Yeah, we've got this Blood Moon Pokemon. Yeah, we'll give you this one. You know what? I'm hoping for a multi-tool. Let me get a multi-tool.
So you don't have to craft one.
I don't even think I can craft one just yet.
It should be early.
Oh yeah,
But I'm not.
yeah, there it is. Level 5.
Yeah. I thought it was like level 5 or 6, so it wasn't far from you if it wasn't 5.
Yeah, but I also want to just be able to concentrate on building stuff because I need to build. Oh, can I build a? Can I build my armor yet? Survey says yes.
Oh, and speaking of No Man's Sky, I really need to get around to actually collecting the evidence for a theory I got for it, but no words on it for now. Got it?
No idea what you're talking about. Spoilers.
Indeed.
Let's see.
I really need to get around collecting more evidence on it, but so many games, so little time.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna armor up. I'm gonna get my weapons because I don't want to be caught out here with nothing more than a little glorified taser in my hand going pew 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 when things start coming after trying to eat me.
Yeah, the taser is doable, it takes a while.
What is it?
The taser is not the worst thing to be caught with, but it's not the best to use, though.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh ho ho ho. Oh ho. Oh ho ho. Hello,
Ooh.
gorgeous.
That's a good one.
I don't have a pew pew. I've got a pow pow. Yeah. I forget. I don't have the suit yet, so I don't have a jump pack.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. That's one way to do it. Have you trapped yourself in a hole?
I may have trapped myself in a hole. No, no, no. I'm out. I'm out of the hole.
Because worst case scenario, you would have had to dug your way out.
Yep. Uh-oh. We have found the body. Search the container. Search his pockets. Take the money. He's not going to need it. Search the body. Okay. So somehow that poor bastard wound up in a box. He's the man in the box.
Well, if I recall correctly, he got in there voluntarily in hopes to survive the crash. Did not survive the crash. Or did he survive the crash and starve? I can't remember which. It's been a while since I played this story of Empyrion.
They've made a little bit of tweaks to it, too. Okay, so there's the salvage core, and my shotgun is just about done. And now we make some bullets. Hey, laughing boy. No more bullets. No more bullets? Hey,
I need to get
laughing
around to
boy.
getting that soundproofing foam for the door.
Okay, so because I can't jump up here. Oh, there
You
we go.
can't put on your suit quite yet, can you?
Ah,
There.
much better. Suit comes with light. And you can see now that my O2 is now filled.
You can always. What's funny is that you can always start on a more harsher planet to start with a suit. But of course, you have to worry about managing your O2.
Managing your O2. There's also the issue of... oh, nuts. That's a bad thing.
What's up?
Oh. Sweet.
I was about to say, if you haven't raided the field lockers, you could have gotten a huge sales from there.
Yeah, but I'm planning on using the constructor.
How much does the Titan have usually?
Not a lot.
Yeah. I was wondering if it might have had.
I was about to start salvaging this big ship full of stuff, too.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's keeping me from being able to start my games. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that later.
Alright.
So I'm gonna have to play something else. So
Locked and loaded.
I just finished the story mode for Thief Simulator. Should I start Thief Simulator 2?
You actually got to 2.
Well, I got 1 and 2 as part of a bundle, and I just did the first one to do the story.
Okay.
And Thief Simulator 2 just got an update today.
So, here's some stuff to know. Number 1, a vehicle ship base can only have 1 core. That's why the salvage core is bricked in red, which means this thing has a core that needs to be dealt with.
Yep.
Number 2, once you have your jetpack, make sure that you turn it on with the J button. and it'll give you a little boost to your jump. You actually have a bit of hover too. This is what, here's where the core is. That's what it looks like. That's the guy that you're gonna want to deal with.
It should be behind glass right now, so you may want to zap it first.
Ah, really?
Not resource, deconstruct.
Oh, yeah. Can't get through this door.
Yeah, the doors are not meant to be used sideways. No, it's easily behind glass, ain't it?
Not this one. Alright. Now, there's a chance you could actually pull that core whole.
Oh, chance.
These are the grow plots. You need those for food later on.
Food, medicine, etc.
Yep, this is a medical unit, which again you can use for later on. Now I could start harvesting and maybe get them back, but because of the salvage core, which now you can see me try and place it, boop, I can use this multi-tool here and retrieve the blocks whole. So, load it up. Ventilator, hydroponics.
How many more days until this game comes out? November 1st. That is less than a week.
Alright. And you need to always check your surroundings, because when you're harvesting things, you will sometimes weaken the structure and things will collapse. Now, the smart thing to do when you're on limited resources for this game, use your survival tool and keep track of that hit points in the lower right corner. Your survival tool doesn't use any ammunition, doesn't require any power source, it just works. And when you get low enough, you can then hot swap over to your multi-tool to pull up the item using only a single charge or two. And yep, well, that's good enough. Make sure you're set to retrieve blocks, and yoink. And I only used one charge. Definitely always want to raid your oxygen tanks. And pull that up. And like I said, these are too good not to grab. Passenger seat's always good to have. Even if it's just for component parts. Taking them whole is always better than breaking them apart. Let's see. Yes, there are toilets. Yes, they do work. There's certain medical conditions that require you to use one.
Along with showers and a couple other things.
Yep. Showers will return your temperature to normal and drop your radiation. Alright. You'll need ventilators for air. In single player modes, you can even sleep.
Which is a good way to pass the time when you're trying to farm for a few things.
Yep. Hey, mechanical drill. Alright. Score. Now, the thing about refrigerators in this game, when you find one to salvage, if you do not take the food the moment you see it, it will go bad when you close the window. Food processor is always good. Let's see. this is a constructor. This is actually a second level constructor. And so, oops. This is something you definitely want to snag with the core intact, because that's going to make your life insanely easier. This ship also has thrusters in it, which will come in handy. But they are radioactive, so you need to be careful when you get close to those. I know there's some more. Here's another one. And that one. Fuel tanks, I'll empty those out in a second. Same way you empty these fuel tanks the same way you empty out your oxygen tanks. Now you can see here, these are for small vehicles, not large. These were actually scaled up to be placed here, but since we're starting out, this is a great resource place, because you will find a small vehicle nearby, and not gonna lie, it's trash, but it works, and you grabbing the components here will make it a lot easier for you later. Let's see. If I remember correctly, there's also some more thrusters up there. So this also gives you a chance to deploy the drone. Now the drone can only hold the multi-tool or the survival tool, and is a limited range, but it can get you into places that you normally can't. Now I'm salvaging first because as soon as I do something to the next part of the storyline, it gets a little hot in here.
Oh yeah, it does.
Alright, so that's 2 more thrusters. And the way you build ships in this game is you have to have a thruster in every cardinal direction for maximum mobility. So not only are you taking into account weight, but you also have to make sure that you've got everything set up correctly so that you're not skittering out into the cosmos. I think that was all of them? Let me see if I can find a radiation spike somewhere. That's actually how you can find things in this game. Just basically some storyline stuff. Alright, let's see. Oh, I've already maxed out my storage. Wow. So let's empty out my pockets here.
What the hell am I carrying?
Alright. So let's see, walking through. No radiation. Uh-huh. A clue. they've got the protection settings on this side. Yep, that is a thruster. Yoink! Alright. So that being said, let's go empty out the fuel tanks.
Oh, that's going to be a twist on this mission.
53 units of fuel actually were in the tanks. Fuel tanks are also radioactive, so be careful. And as you can see, structural integrity broke, and part of the ship fell apart. But that netted me a couple of steel plates, which I can use to build other things. Yeah, I think I've got enough here. I forget what I need. I think I need a generator and a fuel tank for this thing. So go into the skill tree. Wait, what? Cool. Small vessel. We've got the basic generator. We've got the fuel tank. Yeah, I'll hobble that over here on those. So we go into the component section, and then we go for the small vessel. Tell it to craft a generator and a fuel tank. I'm going to take those with us. Since we have fuel with us, we have components for the small vessel we can repair once we find it, and it should be in the local area. Let's see if I can find it. Yep, it's right over there. So we will take our components that we're going to need and go right over to the dart. Now, again, this is the danger zone, so be ready. Now, see those guys over there? Those guys are okay. They will not attack you. They'll, quite frankly, more likely run away from you. And this is the dart. Now, if you look onto the map, it's got the icon of a ship. Once I move out of the way, unlike these here, which are pinpoint icons, this can actually be restored, changed, and used as a vessel. So there's the cockpit, which needs some repair, and of course your multi-tool will do that for you. There you go, see? And there's the core already, but you need to replace some of the missing components here. So alright. Alright, there's 1, 2 thrusters, good. This one at the side here. Alright. We've Get the 2 rear thrusters, 2 side thrusters, 2 front thrusters. Alright, let's see what else we're missing. We've got a down thruster that push down thruster. Alright. And when we jump into the cockpit, we can see exactly what might be missing by clicking the Devices tab and sorting. Looks like this has everything we need, actually. So we'll go to the fuel. Put in 3 containers for now. Okay, this definitely feels like it's missing a few lifting thrusters. So... Oops. Yep. Now, yes, I jumped out of the ship. However, if I jump up high enough, I can just turn it off with the Y button and watch it fall to the ground. It does not take crash damage. We've got 1 thruster there. We need another 2. Hey, look at that. I've got 2 right here. There's 1. And 2. Okay. Let's see. That's a D there for detector. We'll get that in a second. Storage box with some ingredients in there. This is really primarily why we're salvaging this, is because it comes with storage containment, as well as a fridge, which is going to keep our food fresh. Retractable gears. Retractable gears. I'll have to fix that next. And you know what? I think I'm going to replace... Oh, these are medium thrusters already on there. Oh, those are your advanced medium thrusters. I can make this thing faster. Yeah, let's do that. Oh. Okay. So the core that's in there doesn't work for salvaging properties. By the way, hitting O will correct you. Let's take this back for a second. Make sure you always turn off your vehicle if you're not in use, because you will burn fuel.
Especially on servers.
Oh, yeah. On servers, your best bet is as soon as you can get your solar panel ups for your ships, do so. In Reforged Eden, there you can actually place solar panels on your ship, and quite a few of them. Otherwise, solar panels are usually regulated to just bases. But having a base that doesn't require power is always good. And if you can construct... if you find yourself with plant fiber, use that material, but it comes from logs. You can create biofuel, which will then give you more fuel to use, so you can create a farm of nothing but plant material to turn into biofuel. So this is going to take a minute, and while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and rip that other core out, because that is going to get me in trouble. I definitely want to put some weapons on this, and a light. Oh, never mind, light's there. I guess I didn't need the basic generators. I was probably thinking of the hover vessel that I completely didn't see on the way here. You know, I think I've gone through a few of those and have not seen the hover vessel.
Hmm.
Alright, now that I've got the core, I will replace it. Then I'll replace it to the other engine before I accidentally lose the first one. Anybody know where I parked? Oh, there.
Dude, where's my ship?
Dude, where's my ship? Okay. Come on. There we go. Huh. They have... Yeah, no, the thrusters actually break.
Hmm.
That's kind of disheartening.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, let's see here. Do I have enough to make ship weapons? Like the Gatling guns. Oh, not here. Okay, so I can't make the Gatling weapons on the portable constructor.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Would have been nice able to, but I can understand why not to.
I can make a drill, but I can't make a rotating gun.
Right? I mean, a washing machine company can do it.
This right here is going to be the needed item, is the detector. So I have to unlock the spotlight to get the detector. We're going to want that. That's going to make our life infinitely easier. Don't have enough to get to the mobile constructor just yet. But that's fine. That's fine. Containers. I need to put containers on this ship. And apparently that's also something that I have to unlock. Ah, there we go. Given the option, I would go with container controllers. And depending on the server, you're going to want extensions. Not needed in this case, but definitely something you need. You're going to want to invest in. Okay, so I'm going to have to just basically build a base. They're not going to let me put a container controller through this little guy too. So, alright. Off to a great start. Whee. Wee, blinky, blinky, blinky. Alright, so first things first. Controller. Please don't cook me. Number 2. Eventually I'll be replacing these broken parts here. Uh-oh. Okay. I fell through the world for a second. You're probably wondering why I'm stripping this thing down as much as I am. And that's because I need the space. Oh, I can't even build a detector on this thing? Ah, they've made it hard. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Alright, cool. Now... these things that I am going to need. All that goes into the cargo box. These items go into the fridge. And... this easy way. Okay, cool. Now, when you come to your ships and stuff, and you know, if you're in a hostile area, you're going to definitely want to park it away from anything that could cause damage to it. So I'm actually going to hide my little ship here for now. Turn it off. And if your ship is moving even an inch, it will not allow you to escape. Now I have to do the next hard part. And that is invade enemy territory. I need those items actually. Oh, I gotta take the core out. Alright, core's out. Oh, I bugged it.
What'd you do?
It won't let me activate the controls, the console, because I put a core in it.
Oh dear.
Yep. Well, when that happens, they built in a failsafe. This is the warning you get when you are under attack. There's an enemy drone heading this way. That's why I got my trusty sniper rifle. Let's see. Where is it? Ah, there it is. There's a sweet spot. If you hit, you'll call them to go down. I'm just at a really bad angle for this. But if you hit it enough times, it'll still go down. And they're usually full of goodies. Let me put the food in the ship. This complicates matters significantly. So you've just discovered that the difference between the time where you landed and the time that this all happened has been about a year, and nobody knows why. Although I do believe the wife is home. Yep. She looks like she's coming in the door. So I'm just about out of time. So with that, we've completed the mission as far as getting our first little ship. But just before I do that, I'm just going to give you guys a taste of what it's like to transition out of the planet. And then I'll land, and we'll be calling it a day. But as you can see, I've now transitioned outside of the planet. I am in space. However, I don't have any oxygen tank in here, and so, of course, I will slowly use up my oxygen and slowly die. And because I don't really have really good thrusters, I'm plummeting right back into the planet. See. Alright, I'm not too far from where I took off. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and land. You actually have to manually land. There's no button to land. And with that, pretty much is it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little playing of Empyrion. And catch you next week. Probably do some more gaming. Not sure